Have we got a treat for you? The 35th Annual Detroit Jazz Festival happening over Labor Day weekend. The three-day event is one of the world's premier jazz festivals, and joining me now to tell us what to expect is the Artistic Director, Chris Collins. Welcome.
Thanks. Good to be here.
We have some musicians in the back. We'll get to them later, but just talk to us about just what this jazz festival is all about.
Well, you know, in its 35th year now, we're actually 3.5 days. We start on Friday of Labor Day weekend and go right through Monday. 4 stages, all day, all free for 35 years. And we're not talking free, some little acts here and there. We're talking about the greatest jazz artists in the world. Ramsey Lewis, Pharoah Sanders, Mike Stern, Stanley Clarke. We have a whole list of legends, newcomers, new artists, and so many of our wonderful Detroit musicians as well.
You know, hundreds of thousands of people, a lot of people out of state, and we talk about this as a free show, and that you don't see in jazz circles.
You don't see it anywhere. Not only don't you see a real jazz festival where we are focused on the art and all of the wonderful music that spring from that art, but it's also that anyone from any community, if you can get down to Detroit for the weekend, you're going to be able to walk in and see every show there is. And I can tell you, as a young kid growing up playing saxophone in Detroit, I got to see my heroes for the first time at the first Detroit Jazz Festival because I didn't have to pay, and I got a chance to be inspired by their greatness.
And I love that story because you never know who's going to be in the crowd at this year's festival.
Indeed, indeed. It's probably a future superstar or maybe a future director of the festival.
And speaking of superstars, we have 3 behind us. Tell us about our musicians here.
We do. Well, this gentleman on piano is an amazing part of the Detroit landscape and the national jazz world and the national gospel world as well. He's going to perform on the Jazz Festival with a larger group with voices, and Alvin Waddles is one of those great pieces of Detroit music. He brings together the world of gospel, the world of jazz, and other things, whether it's Duke Ellington music or whether it's his own stylings. He's going to play a piece with his trio that's called Sweet Sweet Spirit, bringing together gospel and jazz.
Fantastic. And for those who are listening to jazz, maybe for the first time, what should they be listening for?
The communication, how the cats interact with each other musically and create a story and shape the composition before your very ears.
That's what I love about jazz. So organic for the listener and the performer. Without further ado, the Alvin Waddles Trio, and all the information on WXYZ.com. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Gentlemen, take it away.
All right. Good, thank you. That's brilliant.